Okay, I want to start um, the video recommendation. Um, Focus your attention to 10. This is what 10 people look like: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They're all identical twins, right? They're called, all right, so look, um, take a look. They want 10 with 10 social security cards that you can get in your life. They want to have 10 paraplegic identical lookalikes. You hear me? All right, look, the United for United States Army platoon. So 25 people were killed. Then they made 225 paraplegics, 10 identical paraplegics, identical to to one person, and they gave them each one of the 10 social security cards. So now they got 25 U.S. Army soldiers with 10 lives each, a total of 225 U.S. Army soldiers. They used the money that they embezzled from the United States of America to buy a B 2 stealth bomber plane to fly to Russia undetected. The plane is super fast, so they got a F-16 plane. So they can train on how to fly to Russia super fast and jump out of it and be in Russia. In order to jump out of it, they bought the Apache helicopter. In order to jump out of it, they bought the Blackout helicopter. So basically, what they're doing is they give you an opportunity um, to live until you get your passport. This is the actual Helen Grace Striplin McLeod Smith at 9510 Arrowhead Falls Court, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89148 motorhome. You hear me? Her husband, Lawrence Theopolis Striplin, at 205 Sparrow Drive, Hercules, California, um 94547, was murdered by Donald John Trump. He took his Apollo motor home. 36 years later, he murders his wife, Helen Grace Striplin McLeod Smith, and takes her motor home. Trade in. He takes it to every stop on the campaign trail while running for president of the United States of America. And that's the motorhome right there. He actually started living in her house. This is the house right here that they're selling. That's the house right there, the 9510 Arrowhead Falls Court. We have every receipt. This is the website they're selling it on. They're selling it on this website right now. You see that? They're selling it at $512,000. You see that? What they're trying to do is they're trying to make it go to a default so they can go down to the city and buy it for pennies on the dollars by not going out to court. In order to do that, they pulled out the eyes. You see that? Could you imagine getting your eye pulled out by a coward like Chuck Norris when you're 90 years old, 80, 90 years old? Some coward comes into your house and cuts out your eyes saying, "How are these real eyes? Give us the robot code to Aaren Striplin," and there is no robot code. The other person had their body cut off by Javon Smith after Chuck Norris cut out their eyes. You hear me? Could you imagine having your eyes cut off, both your arms, both your legs, all of your fingers talking about how are you alive? So I can have an identical paraplegic printing your money saying that they're you in Germany? That's espionage. I know you're thinking this is a campaign and we should be talking about all of the different things that we've done this year. These are what the word scrolls look like. Do you see that? I want you to get a good picture. In fact, it says picture. That's 1001 word scrolls. Each of them are different. And look, Yep. That's those are the road strokes they pulled out Chantel's eyes for. And guess they were inside of the court with the Department of Justice Federal Bureau of Investigations, William P. Barr and Robert Miller. Um, and that's it. They Donald Trump decided that he was going to use that as an excuse to kill the remaining people of the 25 people in order to own them as his own private U.S. Army platoon of 25 people with 10 extra lives. So that was his excuse. A $2 billion art gallery. Each one of those word scrolls are worth $1 million United States cash and 1 million Israeli new shekels. And so that was his excuse. But he has his Nazi military. Um, they're get out of here. He has his Nazi military, and he has his garrisons, the FBI and Department of Justice, who are refusing to file charges on him so that he can get away with stealing. They want Russia to have it too. They want um, uh, uh, the same thing that Richard Hansen was busted in the FBI for, and so this is the dance hospital right here. He's going around stealing all of the dances and putting it on the Trump DVR, and then Microsoft they're stealing it and covering for Trump and putting it on their Just Dance games, and it's unfortunate. So Lawrence Theopolis Striplin, he's the United States Army veteran, and he is murdered. He's murdered. This is what Donald John Trump did. He blew up the Twin Towers. He crashed the plane into them. You see that? He crashed the plane into the Twin Towers just to get everybody away from these 25 people so that they can't have celebrity lookalikes so that he can use them to print the money. This, while we were going to court, he ends up taking the bank. So that's it. He ends up while we were going to court, he ends up taking the bank while we're going to court because his Nazi military garrisons at the Department of Justice and FBI are not going to do anything to him because he's from Germany. So he's allowed to rob a bank. You see that Ban Bank and Bank Ban? This is what he does when he robs the bank. You see those? Look at this. That's these are the performers. While we were going to court. That's him right there in Japan with the bank. With that's Barron Trump and Donald Trump right now. You see that? You see that? That's Barron Trump, Donald Trump, and Phoebe Gates, Rory Gates in Japan, still in the bank with Malia Obama. See that? While we're going to court, let's get out of here. So that's it. They got like um a couple of little different terrorist things going on. That's it. Trying to get out of here. Uh, so yeah, so this is the Pentagon. This is the other one I wanted to show with you. So as soon as they got a lot of agents together to get the bank, this is what they did with it. They got another agent group together and called the other agent group the Pentagon. And look what they did next. They, I mean, he's a real life terrorist. You see that? Pentagon. You see that? Shine. All right. So now they're ramming my band bank into the Pentagon, where we have every branch of military. We got the United States Army, we got the Marines, the Coast Guard, we got the United States Navy. Now he's using this robot scam with a serial killer, Molly Ray Cyrus, Billy Ray Cyrus, Carlos Rambaldi, Jennifer Gage, Carlos Pablo Escobar, Carlos T, Carlos Santana, Carlos Gracie, and what they're doing is they're pulling people's eyes out by calling them Russians. I mean, by calling them Germans, so that Trump can live in Germany and print their money in the cement bunker. All you got to do is watch the TV show Alias. So he goes to side because he's saying that these Americans are cyber bots, and now he's trying to say that they're transients living in Korea as side instead of in the United States. But at the end of the day, he's still calling them a terrorist group called ISIS, and this is al Baghdadi. That's it. So they took all of the dances and gave it to this guy with Molly Ray Cyrus, who's going out with her, with them, and then that's what's going on. That's it. That's what Barron Trump is doing, stealing from the United States government, stealing with Kagan. Um, so, and this is what Gates is doing. They stole all of the hospital dances that I just showed you that was on Barron Trump and put it on Nintendo. See that? Now this is the Sony PlayStation. That's the Sony PlayStation. Just Dance game. That Gates is doing, stealing on. And then they take the 2000 dances and put it on this too. Um, so this is the Xbox, Just Dance Xbox. All right. Um, after that, uh, this is where they're stealing. This is what they're trying to steal. This was a U.S. Army training program to go to Japan and work for the company Sony. And what he's doing is he's rapping about uh, that's what's going on. This is the bank. While we were going to court, Aaron was going up with this with Akia Bay, to flag all of them. That he was going up with Christopher Ray, the FBI, on Heaven Radio, um, another court exhibit, and then this is the interview. It's a movie at the Kingdom Come. This is the movie that LL Cool J did, and this is the interview. This is the movie that they did to assassinate Shinzo Abe. This is the Notorious B.I.G. movie, and then they got a Tupac movie, and then this is the Romper Room with Mac Dre that they used to steal my bank, bang, bank. And then that's former Shinzo Abe getting assassinated. After that, that's the Osaka military base where they're saying that you're living as a robot. Those are the robots in Japan, the Geminoids, and then you're stealing your own ID from their paraplegics in Osaka, Japan. And then they hired who I just showed you in the beginning, the military Randy George to kill me, so that they all can profit from their crime. I'm Aaron William Striplin. I approve this message. Give Donald John Trump the maximum sentence you can, 140 years, 120 years if you can. It's 7:52 p.m. June 27th, June 27, 2024, Thursday.